What's up, everybody? Welcome to the MakkValley family channel. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to clean your AirPods. For any of you that have AirPods, you know that these things get super dirty all the time, and it's weird how they get so dirty because you just carry them in your pocket all the time, but it seems that they always get super dirty, especially the insides. You open them up and as you can see, it's horrible in there. I mean, look at that, yeah, it's pretty bad stuff. So, and even mine, I keep it on a case most of the time, but it still gets pretty dirty. Can you focus, little camera? Yeah, see. Let's get to it. Let's get to cleaning these. Let's make these look brand new. So you're gonna need a couple things. You're gonna want a rag for sure, because they're already all beat up and scratched up, and you definitely don't want to keep scratching them up. You need a rag. You're gonna want some toothpicks. I got a little kit here. You want to grab a few things. A couple of the things that you're gonna need for sure. Got a mess here. Khaleesi was here. Toothpicks, some Q-tips. You're gonna want a little bit of water, so I got this little bowl here. This is the key right here, magic eraser. This, don't tell anybody. This right here is the key. And some alcohol. This is just 70% isopropyl, but you could use whatever. It's alcohol, it all works. All right, so the first thing that you're gonna want to do is obviously we'll open them up, take your AirPods out. I went actually ahead and disconnected my AirPods from my phone, because messing with them sometimes they're going to be connecting and disconnecting, and it just causes a mess. So I just disconnected them. It's a quick second to reconnect them, so it takes no time. Take your AirPods out. You know, first you want to assess the situation, assess the damage. Mine are pretty dirty. You're gonna wanna pick them out. Get some Q-tips and be gentle. You wanna get all that gunk out of there, all that earwax, freaking cotton and lint and glitter, and I don't even know half this stuff gets in here.
You wanna easily start taking all that stuff. I'm gonna use this option.
Just be gentle and get up in there. You don't need to be too rough. Just kind of work your way around there. You're gonna kind of move it back and forth. Get all that gunk off. Gotta kind of play with it and lift it up so it doesn't go back down. That's okay for that one. Take all that stuff out. I've had these for about a year, and this is the first time I'm ever cleaning them. Just by doing that simple clean, they already look better. Be gentle, don't forget to blow on it a little bit to get some of that dust and that lint and stuff out of there. Looks pretty good on that one. Now, what you're gonna wanna do is get some alcohol. I don't know why I just shook that. I always shake everything. It's like when I get milk out of the fridge. I always grab it first and pour it. When I get juice, shake it, pour it. Dip a Q-tip in there. You don't want too much alcohol, just enough. And we're gonna clean the little insides, the actual earbud in there, you know, the speaker. I'm not putting too much alcohol in there. I'm using one end and getting it wet, and then I'm using the other dry end and kind of soaking it at the same time. See, getting it there, switching it. You don't really have to worry with alcohol. Alcohol dries pretty quick. It doesn't rust or anything. And AirPods are known to be pretty water resistant, so I don't really think you gotta worry. Get them in there, get them a good clean. Getting the sides. And then there we go. Very good clean. That looks better already. If you could see the inside of that. That looks better already. I'm gonna do the same thing to the other one. Use the same Q-tip. Dip it in, take some of that alcohol off. You can see this is the before. And then use the wet side and then change it to the dry side. Use the wet side and then change it to the dry side. And just kind of be swirling it around, twisting it. That kind of cleans it pretty good. I've been wanting to clean my AirPods for a minute, but I've been waiting to have time to shoot a video. Oh yeah, that's after cleaning just the inside. Just doing that alone really makes a huge difference. I'm gonna put, like I put this one, I put it upside down. I'm gonna put this one upside down also. Just so if there was any alcohol that stayed in there or anything like that, it can dry out. All right, once you're done cleaning both your AirPods, make sure you put them upside down, keep them upside down so they can dry. Then we're gonna take our case, so we're gonna start working on our case now. Mine is, yeah, you can see, it's pretty beat up. We're gonna take a Q-tip and we're gonna start just kind of picking away all the gunk in there. You can see there's a bunch of stuff. So we're just gonna take this Q-tip and work our way everywhere in there, all the little crevices, behind the lid. You're gonna see a lot of the magnetic dust around there, but if you kind of scratch that a little bit, it comes off. But you don't really have to worry about it at this stage. We're still gonna do a couple more things that's for sure gonna get all that gunk, all that stains, all that black dark stain out of there. Gonna make them look brand new. You wanna get that and clean everything. Don't stick the Q-tips I mean the toothpicks in that charger, in that charging port in there. You don't want to mess up or bend those little connectors in there. You don't want to mess that up. Don't mess with it. So just keep cleaning around it and do all that good stuff. Once it's clean, put that aside. Our AirPods should be nice and dry now, so we could take these. And we're gonna get another clean Q-tip this time. I'm gonna dip it in some alcohol. Remember, kind of take out some of the alcohol. You don't want to have it too wet. And now we're gonna clean the outside of the AirPods. Clean everywhere. Remember, you could always use the other side of the Q-tip to dry. Be careful with any of the buttons. Every time that I go over a hole or anything with alcohol, I always immediately go with the dry side, just so it can kind of soak up any the alcohol that might have went in there too far or something. But remember, alcohol dries, it dries pretty quick, so again, I'm not too worried. That's pretty good for that one. That one has a few scratches there. I'm not sure how I got scratches back there, but whatever. That one's done. Move on to the next one. Get a clean Q-tip. Wring it out. We're gonna do the same thing on this one. Remember, anytime that you go over a hole or you know, go over it with the dry side. You don't want to mess anything up. If you try to get some new ones, Apple will say it's your fault. So don't get them too wet. Wet, dry side. Some microphone down there, clean it up good. This is where your ear is always at, so we're gonna clean that pretty nice. And dry side, dry side. Dry side. You can tell just by doing this how much of a difference it makes just from simply giving it a good wipe with alcohol. This little corner back here, this little crevice, get that side. Get that, don't forget that. Clean it up. Dry side, kind of gives it a polish too when you do that. That one's done. Next, we're gonna take the case and we're gonna do the same thing with the case. We're gonna, my case is pretty beat up. If you can see this thing. It's pretty beat up. So we're gonna take the Q-tip. I'm gonna use the same one, still good. I'm just gonna clean the outside of the case. Put down the table. There's some areas that have like scratches and all kinds of bumps and bruises. You just want to get those areas, go over them from the back. Like I said, alcohol dries pretty fast, so I'm not really worried about it damaging my AirPods. Put that little button in there. Use the dry side if you're worried.
Scratch right there. Take that off. Raise it different. Keep it low.
Just be careful with that little spot. Try not to, you know, get the Q-tip too wet to where it's dripping alcohol and it's getting everything wet. As long as it's not dripping wet, I think that you're safe. You can pretty much rub any little mark on there, any yellowing. Some of the scratches even start coming up. I'm gonna put these again upside down, kind of like that. Now we're gonna do the same thing to the case. Get the case, do it all over the outside. Get any of those scratches that you see. Remember, use the dry side. See this little button here? You get it a little, use the dry side. Wet a little bit with alcohol, use the dry side. Don't be scared to use some muscle. In the charging port area, remember not to drip any alcohol in there or anything like that. Just make sure you dip it in some alcohol, bring it out a little bit, and just kind of wipe in there. Use the dry side. I would even hold it upside down, wipe it. Okay. We're gonna open the inside, and we're gonna do the same thing to the inside. Here we definitely want to use the dry side a lot because there's some kind of gaps in there that you could see here, and I don't know if some alcohol goes in there. I don't know if that would be a good thing. So I would definitely be using the dry side at this point. Remember, use the wet side and then the dry side. There's a little LED there. Do it quickly. The dry side. Get in there. Not all the way in there. You don't want to stick anything in there. You could, but just do it quick. Do not soak it in alcohol. Don't soak it in anything. We're only using alcohol because it dries quickly, and so it's a perfect thing to use when cleaning something as delicate as your AirPods. Blow on it a little bit. That already looks a lot better just from doing that alone. But that's not all. We still got one more. Now we are going to use, and there you go. That is the final product. Take some pictures and show you guys right now. They look a lot better. Wow. Seriously, they almost look brand new. Look at the AirPods. They look great. Look at this case. It looks perfect. Blow everything out. Put your AirPods back in there. Close them shut. And that's it. That's how you clean your AirPods. Super simple, takes about 15 minutes. Remember, all you need is some toothpicks, Q-tips, water, alcohol, a towel, and the most important thing, a magic eraser. Don't forget that, and don't tell your friends. Look at those earbuds. Nice and clean. Nice and clean. And that's it, guys. That's how you clean AirPods. It's super easy. Doesn't take very much time, maybe 15-20 minutes. You only need a couple things. And the result is spectacular. I think they look pretty damn amazing when you're all done. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.